The farmer's 3 seeds. Once upon a time, in a small green valley surrounded by hills, there lived an old farmer named Hamid. He was kind, hard-working, and known for his wisdom. Every year, he grew crops that fed not only his family but also his neighbors. But as the years passed, Hamid grew tired. His hands were calloused, his back bent, and his eyes dimmed. One evening, while sitting under a banyan tree, he thought, "I am growing old. Who will take care of my fields when I am gone? Who will understand the value of the land?" That night, he took out a small pouch from his wooden chest. Inside were 3 special seeds, smooth and shining like little gems. These were no ordinary seeds. Hamid had saved them for years, believing they carried lessons more valuable than gold. He called his 3 sons Man, Salman, and Fazaland, placed a seed in each of their hands. "These are no ordinary seeds," he said. "Plant them carefully. Nurture them with your own hands. When you return after 1 year, I will see what you have learned." The first son, Imran the eldest, was confident and proud. "I will show father that I can be the best farmer," he said. He planted his seed in the richest soil he could find and watered it every day. But soon he grew impatient. The seed did not sprout as quickly as he wanted. He began to complain. "This seed is weak. Why should I waste time?" So he dug it out and threw it away. Instead, he bought seeds from the market and planted them in rows. His field looked impressive, with tall green stalks waving in the breeze. Imran felt sure he would win his father's praise. But when the rains came, the market seeds rotted, and insects attacked his fields. By harvest time, he had little more than dry stalks. The second son, Salman, the middle son, was clever but lazy. He thought to himself, "Why should I waste energy? Father will not know if I cheat." He placed the seed in a shiny pot and covered it with sand. Then he hid it in a corner of his room. To impress others, he borrowed grain from the market and displayed it in baskets, pretending it was from his seed. When neighbors asked, "How is your crop, Salman?" he boasted, "Wonderful, the best in the valley." But, as months passed, the pot stayed dry and lifeless. By the end of the year, he had nothing to show except empty baskets and excuses. The third son, Faisal, the youngest, was quiet and thoughtful. He took his seed and examined it carefully. "This seed depends on me," he whispered. He dug a small patch of soil near his hut and planted it gently. Every morning he watered it with care. Every evening he checked to see if it had grown. Weeks passed and nothing happened. Still, Faisal did not give up. When weeds sprouted around the spot, he knelt and pulled them out patiently. When the sun was harsh, he built a shade of leaves. When the rains came, he dug small channels to protect it from flooding. At last, after many months, a small green shoot peeked through the soil. Faisal clapped his hands in joy. Slowly, the plant grew taller, its leaves wide and strong. By the end of the year, it had become a beautiful fruit tree, heavy with sweet golden mangoes. The day of judgment, exactly 1 year later, Hamid called his sons back. Imran came first, carrying dry stalks. He looked embarrassed. "Father, the insects destroyed my crop," he muttered. Then came Salman, carrying empty baskets. "Father, I was unlucky. My crop failed," he said, avoiding his father's eyes. Finally, Faisal walked in, carrying a basket full of golden mangoes. His face shone with happiness. "Father," he said, "this is what your seed has given me." Hamid touched the fruit gently, tears welling in his eyes. "My sons," he said, "these seeds were a test. Imran, you gave up when things became difficult. Salman, you were dishonest and tried to deceive others. But Fazalu showed patience, care, and honesty. That is why the seed rewarded you." He placed his hand on Fazl's shoulder. "The land is like this seed. If you treat it with respect and hard work, it will give you food and life. If you neglect it or lie, it will give you nothing." The village learns the news spread across the village. People gathered to taste the golden mangoes and listen to the story. They nodded and whispered, "This is true. The land rewards only those who respect it." From that day, Faisal became known not just as Hamid's son, but as the farmer of 3 seeds, the boy who proved that patience and honesty are the roots of all success. As for Imran and Salman, they learned from their mistakes. Imran realized that quitting too soon only brings failure. Salman understood that lies may shine for a while, but in the end, the truth always shows. The 3 brothers worked together after that, and under their care, the valley grew greener than ever. Moral of the story: patience, honesty, and hard work always bear fruit. Quick shortcuts and dishonesty may look easy, but only true effort and sincerity bring lasting success.